What if I told you that World War II didn't just change the course of history? It created an industry out of remembrance. From grand monuments to interactive museums and even guided battlefield tours, the way we preserve the past has been deeply shaped by the legacy of this war. But are we truly honoring history, or are we turning it into a business? World War II was one of the most devastating events in human history, leaving behind a global scar that demanded commemoration. But as time passed, remembrance transformed into something else, a multi-billion-dollar industry. Museums, monuments, and battlefield tours claim to educate the public, but many have become lucrative businesses. So, has the memory of World War II been preserved, or has it been exploited for profit? And where do we draw the line between education and commercialization? Before World War II, war museums were primarily focused on military artifacts, guns, uniforms, and battlefield strategies. However, after the war, the approach shifted dramatically. Places like the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, the Imperial War Museum in London, and the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum were created not just to display history, but to serve as moral reminders. These museums utilize survivor testimonies, immersive exhibits, and interactive storytelling, but they also charge admission fees, sell souvenirs, and in some cases, market exclusive experiences. Can we really call them places of reflection when they function like any other tourist attraction? With millions visiting these museums each year, tourism became a key factor in their survival. Gift shops, guided tours, and VR experiences help fund these institutions. But this raises an uncomfortable question. Are we commodifying suffering? Some museums charge premium prices for access to special exhibits or historian-led tours. While these fees help maintain the sites, critics argue that they transform remembrance into a profitable spectacle. War memorials were once simple statues of generals and soldiers, but after World War II, they changed drastically. Instead of just celebrating military heroes, many focused on victims and the consequences of war. Take Berlin's Holocaust Memorial, a disorienting field of stone slabs that forces visitors to confront the weight of history. But just steps away, tourists pose for selfies and influencers use it as a backdrop for fashion shoots. Is this remembrance, or just another Instagram hotspot? Sites like Normandy's D-Day beaches, Auschwitz, and Pearl Harbor see millions of visitors each year. Governments and businesses capitalize on this, offering guided tours, historical reenactments, and even souvenir shops. Some argue that this keeps history alive. Others say it trivializes tragedy. When tourists take smiling selfies at concentration camps or buy war-themed trinkets, it begs the question, are we truly learning from the past, or just consuming it? Sites like Stalingrad, the Battle of the Bulge, and Iwo Jima now offer tours where visitors can walk in the footsteps of soldiers. Some even provide replica weapons and VR simulations of battle scenes. While this can deepen historical understanding, it also turns war into entertainment. Are we educating people or feeding their appetite for thrill and spectacle? Maintaining historical sites is expensive, but does that justify turning them into commercial ventures? Governments justify entrance fees, guided tour costs, and museum shops as necessary for preservation. But private companies have also stepped in. Luxury World War II tours, helicopter flyovers, and military experience packages now exist for those willing to pay. Where do we draw the line between remembrance and exploitation? World War II fundamentally reshaped the way we remember history, but with millions spent on museum tickets, battlefield excursions, and memorabilia, are we truly honoring the past, or are we selling it? So, the next time you visit a war museum or historical site, ask yourself, are you there to learn and reflect, or just to consume a packaged experience? The way we engage with history today determines whether future generations will truly remember or just become spectators of a profitable past. If this discussion made you think twice, then you won't want to miss our next video about Alexander the Great's tomb. His final resting place is one of history's greatest mysteries, one that has sparked countless theories, expeditions, and even conspiracies. But if his tomb were found today, would it be treated as a priceless historical treasure, or just another money-making attraction? Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it.